Hey, what is up guys? So today I'm going to be reading a bunch of your guys' comments. I know that there's a bunch of YouTubers that say I read every single one of your comments. Am I one of those? I'll be honest, no dude, I don't read every single one of your comments. But I do like to read some of your guys' comments from time to time. And you guys see, I do definitely respond over here. Like Glassgal over here, he was saying what decks can't make use of Max C? And he's like, Infernities. But you know, I outskilled him with OCG heroes. Because you can activate Max C in either player's turn, you can definitely still play Max C in decks that say you have to have no cards in your hand to use this effect. It's just Max C is so important, even in heroes, where you really need to get that turn 1 like board established. Sometimes you'll see that people do play Max C, it's just because if you go second, and again, it's critical sometimes to be able to have that Max C. But the most important one over here that I actually want to address really quick is by this guy, A Nerd Internet. But anyways, he says that many fast decks that concentrate on making their board, then playing spells and traps that tamper with your opponent's board don't play Max C, like Synchros and DDDs, and decks like those also really get hurt by Max C. Well, I'm going to rebuttal with this, and I'm not trying to call you out here. Maybe you just didn't know like what's being ran in competitive. Now, if we go over here on the most recent OCG deck lists over here by the organization, you'll see I started from the top. I typed in the keyword DD, and everything that says the word DD will be highlighted over here. So you'll see the top deck list over here. First guy over here that we see that is playing DD, that got 3rd place, he's playing triple Max C. Let's scroll down. This guy, he got 4th place, that's playing DDs, and he's playing triple copy of Max C. Scroll down a little bit more, we see another 2nd place player, and he's playing triple copies of Max C. Scroll down a little bit more, and we see a 3rd place player, and he's playing 2 copies of Max C. Scroll down a little bit more, and we see another 1st place DD player, and what he's playing 3 Max C. So I'm just, again, I'm not trying to bash this guy, but I'm trying to let him know that, honestly, in DDs and Synchros, even if you count Metal Foes as the new Synchro deck, they are playing Max C in their main deck for the most part. But yeah, I just wanted to get that out there that, yeah, even some of the decks that normally can't make good use of Max C, it's too critical of a card right now in this game. Now let's go ahead and jump into some of the other comments, but I felt like that one I really wanted to get out there because, yeah, like I said, some people just don't know what's winning, and what's winning is, of course, running Max Cs and DDs. So I'm just going to go ahead and just read some of these comments. Some of the ones that are more relevant, like, your mom is Chinese, question mark, so are you little Chinese? What? No, if my mom is Chinese, that means I am from, well, I mean, she technically could be from anywhere in the world. No, I'm from Molten Core, actually. Like, I don't know. Some of these questions are probably pretty questionable, so, yeah. Anyways, and we'll also jump into the spam section. I know it's going to be a bad idea, but for the sake of the video, if there's any links, I will not click on them because I don't want to see a giant dick. You know, sometimes that gets posted over in the spam section, but I will also visit that. Anyways, worst reasoning ever. Oh, I thought he was talking to me. We're talking about the Konami, ban list explanation, or the guy who wrote it, his explanation over there. Yeah, tell a dad. Oh, wait, okay. So actually, you know what? Let's look for things that have question marks. Okay, I guess the first one is, if your mom is Chinese, are you Chinese? No, I'm Cyborg. Yeah, seriously. Tell a dad? Okay, that's not really a question for me. But, like, I do honestly want to answer your guys' questions. And I want to do these a little bit fast, rather than, like, putting, like, just one on the screen. Oh, we need to actually scroll down a little bit more if you guys want to be able to read them. Alright, so what decks? Okay, we already read that one. Guys, is it worth picking up Necros now? Honestly, I couldn't tell you that. Depends on the ban list. Is Konami stupid? Okay, that's not a question for me. Although, maybe I can answer it for you. This one is, isn't this the first time they did an explanation? Oh, that is actually true. That is the first time that they've done an explanation for the ban list. But anyways, these are other questions that are probably not for me. But yeah, like I said, I do want to... Well, look at that scumbag Asian eyes, dude. Thumbs upping his own comments. What is scumbag? No, it lets people like see the comment, because it doesn't matter if I thumbs up like any of the comments. All it matters is you thumbs up comments. Actually, I can thumbs up this guy's comment just to be fair on the RV. I know some people like what they do is they thumbs up their own stuff so they like look smarter, so to speak. But the reason why I always thumbs up my own things is because if I thumbs up anything, what happens on the YouTube comments is how, as far as the algorithm works, it pushes it to the top. That way, people can kind of see the thing first. I actually rebutted on this guy's comment. He was saying that on the video that we talked about, meaning like the Konami explains the ban list, that it's just by this one random guy apparently. That's what he's trying to say. It's just by a staff member from a YCS, and it's not like the whole like opinion of Konami itself. It's on the official site. That was my rebuttal to it. So I guess I kind of already responded to that one. Anyways, why so many reptiles? Hillary is a reptilian dragon overlord. That's actually confirmed. Make sure you go to InfoWars and watch those videos, because those are definitely where you should go to get your news. Anyways, can you make DDD in action? Yes, definitely. No problem, Mr. Bloodhunter. I will probably do that a little bit closer to the release date. That way, once the structure deck comes out, I will give you guys like a budget version of it so you guys can kind of play with that. Where do you get your gold? Do you wear your gold out in public? Yes, definitely, 100%. So when is Magi coming out? All right, never, because Konami America is tit-phobic. Yeah, pretty much. They gotta censor it out. Probably give her a lot of breast reduction. What is about flipping horizontally the images? Oh, we were talking about in the going to jail for DevPro. I mentioned that like maybe you can flip the images so they aren't like detected by some automated system. But yeah, that's there's a toucan. Okay, but that's pretty good. Let's go ahead and actually well, we're only 5 minutes in. Google Translate is strong with these. This was actually from the funny Yu-Gi-Oh pictures, and sometimes what happens, guys, with some of these cards that are fake, they put them in a translation machine and they just copy and paste them. So that's really what it comes down to. But next up, actually, you know what? We should totally just move this cam. Yeah, let's move this cam just a little bit up, and that would actually make this thing look much better. So yeah, let's go ahead and it covers up. Where can I put this? That doesn't cover up very much. I think that's a good spot, guys. Actually, I'm covering up my Twitter. That we totally post Yu-Gi-Oh content. Actually, you know what? We'll probably make our own Twitter. This is gonna be more of a chill back, kind of relaxed video. But anyways, look at my toucan over here. Someone posted the toucan in chat and they messed it up, so I had to fix it. So see, here it is. He messed up on his toucan. My toucan was much better than his toucan. But anyways, let's go ahead. Actually, yeah, we should definitely just go over like the question mark ones, because I think that is more the things that I want to answer, because I do actually want to answer you guys' questions. And which tin is Solemn Strike in? If anything is going to be in the Mega Pack tin, I will probably update you guys on that, and we'll probably do an unboxing of that new tin once it releases here in the TCG. But we need more of those. Bro, what is the size of this game? Yu-Gi-Oh 3D. I actually have it. Okay. Let me tell you the size of that game. Actually, I can tell you the size of that game, and I actually will give you guys a download link relatively soon. So the size of the game is approximately 2.4 gigs of the Yu-Gi-Oh 3D game. So that is how big that game is. Next up, let's go ahead. Size this game. Soul Charge got a reprint, so it'll get banned. It'll get banned next ban list. Yeah, that is pretty much Konami's logic, though. I mean, to be fair, that is what they do. Can I get one of the Numeron Dragons? Did he comment on that? I think that's the page where I told you guys if you comment on it. I think it's the most expensive card in the set. I want to give you guys the most expensive cards in the set, because like, can I have the Cypher Dragon, please? Oh, no problem, no problem. Dude, I wish I could just like give you guys, because the thing that I hate with giveaways as far as YouTube goes, as far as giving out Yu-Gi-Oh cards, is getting the person's address. Then I have to fill it out. When it's a Steam code, I literally just copy and paste it, and I can just message you it. But and also sometimes some of you guys don't know how to give out an address. Like, you guys don't give me the zip code, and I have to look it up, and it just takes an extra like 10 seconds. Too bright. Okay, that wasn't a question, but let's go ahead and jump in. Okay, let's jump into some of the more potentially questionable stuff. This is the spam section, so like you might see like, hey, free iPods. When anyone posts a link, what usually happens is it's automatically detected and they mark it as a spam. ABC isn't toxic, or what is this going to be? It's cancer. Well, what? My own comment is marked as spam? What? Dude, YouTube, yeah, I don't know, dude. Some of the things on YouTube's like algorithm is strange. Why KC got hit? Yeah, like I said, I'm not gonna click on any links just in case some of them are like really bad. Heavy breathing. Okay. Age Nice, the ban list is setting up the stage for Blue Eyes Dark Magician. Yo, I agree with that. Like, they very, very often set up the ban list to make it so whatever deck they want to win. I like how this, why is this under like spam? Alert to 3+, meta, nuke, Black Wings, tier 0, time to go win the next YCS. How is that spam? Again, guys, I'm sorry that I don't monitor. Well, I'm not. If there's a link that says win a free iPad, I will actually delete those comments because I don't want anyone clicking on those. More than often though, I don't see those too often anymore. I don't know if those bots died out. Monarchs are finally dead. Why? I guess YouTube is like, dude, we can't tell people about the Monarchs being dead. That's pretty good. Deck profile for this, please. I hope this is my own. Please be my own. New archetype, Metal Monarchs. Wait, this is from March. Well, we got a new ban list. Tech profile for that. The ban list is probably outdated, outscaled. I got a comment. Just dicks out. Oh, it's for the Harambe deck. Oh, it totally makes sense now. All right. I want to see Modolches. Yo, I did want to see Modolches win as well. That would have been really cool. Virtually pleasing. All right, if you like hyperactive. Oh, why is this marked as spam? But anyways, I was talking about in Yu-Gi-Oh 3D in this video, and I was like, dude, I like how this game looks. And honestly, like to me, that is like one of the coolest looking Yu-Gi-Oh games that we've gotten in a long time. Like DevPro and Yu-Gi-Oh Pro will still probably be the best games overall. For most like competitive players, but some people like those visuals, and some people really need that to kind of understand, like, you know, which card is being attached to which. It just makes it easier for younger audiences. All right, let's go back to the normal one, because like the spam might just get a little too out of hand. Don't do face cam, it looks cringy. Like this comment, please. No, it doesn't. Okay, so I guess you guys like the cam when I'm doing the pack openings. I noticed on the pack opening it was a little bit bright. Originally it was like, what happened was it was too dark, but then the card would be there, and because it would shine. Since I was recording it using a different setup, that cam was like, dude, it's too bright, and it would just like oversaturate it. So it was either undersaturate or oversaturate, but I will definitely do some more testing on it before I do my next one. So I'll definitely do that for you guys. So thanks for the feedback. I honestly appreciate it. First comment, okay, there we go. Gen 1. Oh, Gen 1. He's talking about the blue eyes stuff. But yeah. Let's go to more of these questions. Why Kaiser Colosseum? Yeah, actually, I can give you guys an answer to that. There's a new Destiny Hero card that opens up a lockdown. It's in my. What is your profile pick from? That's probably some anime. Wow, that's a great comment. Vagina cream pie. Okay, well. Yeah, sometimes why people are like, yo, I don't read the YouTube comments because they get bad. I know some YouTubers disable them, but I don't think so. So this is what quality content is. No unnecessary pause during the replays. Keep it up. Also, Beyblade content win. I don't know, guys. Do you guys want Beyblade content? I strictly made this channel for Yu-Gi-Oh! But if you guys are like, yo, I love Beyblades. Yo, I got a bunch of Beyblades, so I could upload some Beyblade content on this channel. Maybe just like one. I don't think I could, like, I don't know. Is there a YouTube channel dedicated to Beyblades? Because that. I don't know, like, that would be kind of fun. I don't know, just maybe like one video. GIF as background, someone please how. Actually, it's a Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro update. You can change it in the texture folder. Maybe I'll make a video on showing you guys how to do that, because, you know, there's always new players jumping into the game, and, you know, I'll make a tutorial on how to download Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro as well, because I know a lot of people are like, well, the main site's down, where do I download the game? Yeah, I got you, homie, but I'll make that pretty soon. More of this, please. Fire replays. Yeah, you guys seem to really like those fire replays. Oh, here we go. No, it's aliens. And again, I will always thumbs up my own comments just so everyone can see them. It just makes more sense there. This title gave me cancer. What? Fire replays? I thought people liked that. That's one of my most fire videos in a long time. I like it. Yo, awesome. I'm glad you like those. Hold on. Let's go down more comments. Would Daguster Emerald be good in this deck? I feel like it would be pretty good. Now, to answer your question, I appreciate it. In the Modolche deck, I guess the guy was. Let's look at this deck profile real quick that we got. So you were saying that a Daguster Emerald would be maybe a good card in this. You can reset some of the engines like Terra Top, but overall, if Modolche wants to be successful, they gotta kind of game them. That's how it works with the Terra Top and with the Gem Knight engine. You usually just want to try to OTK your opponent. I wouldn't say Modolche is a deck. I mean, especially now. Like, a lot of people were rooting for this deck, but it definitely was the underdog in, like, the tournament when everyone was playing all these, like, higher-tier decks, so to speak. But I definitely think that Daguster Emerald wouldn't be, like, a terrible card in the deck, but overall, Modolches, you need to be able to OTK, especially if you're going to be playing against, like, other higher-tier decks. But, yeah, that's my thought on that. Next up, what are you playing Yu-Gi-Oh! On what website? Yo, it's called DevPro. I actually made a bunch of videos on it. I'll actually update all of these downloads and all of these, like, tutorials. So, Icy Boy, don't worry, I got you. I'll be trying to make those videos relatively soon. Let's go ahead and go for more. Why is Inferni Archfiend still limited? Well, what happens, to answer your question, Annabelle, usually whatever deck wins, they hit it really hard so it can't really win anymore, and so therefore you have to buy the newer stuff. That's generally just how, like, the mechanic goes over here. So as soon as I saw the ban list, I clicked Kaiser Colosseum because Ophion hype, I guess. What's funny is I saw a lot of people hyping up the deck, the Evil Storm deck, and going into Worlds because everyone was like, Blue Eyes is going to be a really, really strong deck because they hit everything else. But you know, I guess no one else did. This game is too flashy. What the hell? Can you turn off the animation? Actually, you can. To answer a question, somewhat, you can turn off the animations if you don't like that. But if you don't like that, then I think DevPro and Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro are probably more of a game for you anyways. Next up, doesn't every deck only run 2? Maxi's mandatory versus ABC Shaman's at 2 now. Like I showed you guys those deck lists, pretty much most decks run 3. I mean, you could get away with 2. And putting it at 2 doesn't really affect the game like too much though. Let's see, I'm Cosmo. Oh, okay. An archetype that revolves around 1 monster's spirals? Oh. Oh, like you're saying they hit... No, that wouldn't make sense though. In order to promote the new stuff, you would want the deck to like be as good as possible. But again, with Kaiser Coliseum, I'll make a video showing you guys why. Who played Italy? Okay, Cosmo maybe? Oh, well, keep in mind... well, actually, the OCG deck list, or the ban list is... I think they still get the ban list dates, but they don't... I don't know if they have Cosmos coming out very soon. I don't know, we'll have to wait and see what they do with Cosmos as far as the OCG goes. Hopefully they won't hit it before it even gets a chance to be played. Okay, scrolling down. Oh, who played Italy? Shaq? What? I'm trying to build combining ABCs with Cyber Dragons. Hope it turns out well. I like how it just says Shaq. That's a good question. Asianites, which of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime is your favorite? Honestly, a lot of you guys are surprised when I answer this, and I tell you guys that I haven't watched all of the anime. However, I definitely will say, when I played on the Legacy of the Duelist, as far as the character goes, I didn't like the characters in Zexal. I think my overall favorite will probably be 5Ds, because one, it's on motorcycles. I've watched a few episodes here and there and some clips that you guys sent me from the Abridged series, which I love some of the Abridged series. I've watched a decent amount of the Abridged series. I did start watching some of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Actually, like the original Yu-Gi-Oh! And to me it was really strange. Like, they didn't follow the rules, obviously. A lot of you guys mentioned, screw the rules, I have green hair. And, like, I understand that reference, because I watched the Abridged series. But, overall, I feel like they drag out the duels a lot longer than they need to be. And they cheat a lot, and a lot of stuff they use isn't meta. I know some people don't really care about that. But, for me, I prefer my anime to be a little bit more on the serious side. I don't know if you guys have watched... I know a lot of you guys watch Cowboy Bebop, so I'll use that as a reference. But as far as like the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime, I actually made a video of my top 10 animes. I'll link it down below if any of you guys are interested in watching that, because that'll be a better explanation of the anime that I like. Anyways, next up, okay, I think we went over some... Oh, no, wait. Did we go? This doesn't every deck run 2, hold on. Why is Upstart limited and Maxi now just kill all the draw cards in the game? Don't work. Actually, you know what they do? They kill off the draw cards, and then what do? They go ahead and be like, Pot of Desires, new draw card, put it at 3. Oh wait, it's too broken. Everyone playing it in every deck are at 3 or 2. Let's go ahead and put it down to 1. After we reprint it and you guys bought it. That's honestly like how the game works. I know it sounds like a scumbag thing to do, but at the end of the day, you know, that's just their business model. And if you don't like it, well, you can always play online. Hopefully, they'll make like an official client. Should have limited Galaxy Soldier. Kill a deck before it's even released? Yeah, okay. Actually, to answer your question, Mike Anderson, or I guess respond to it, is that the Gishkis got destroyed before they even really became like a thing. I know there was a few Gishki decks that actually won, but I really think that it's okay to do this in one sense, but in another sense, it sucks for some players. Like, some cards get banned, like, for example, Temple of the Kings was like, you can't use it. I know they eroded it, but... I prefer FTKs not to exist in the game. That's just my personal take on it. I know some of you guys love FTKs, but I don't think that that's good for the game. Now, if you're playing on like the DS, the PSP, on like the console games, and you're playing against a computer, heck, FTK all you want. That's totally fine by me. But when you're playing against another human, it's just not the most fun thing to do. At least for me, and you guys can talk about that. Anyways, let's go ahead and click more. I would smash this deck. Which deck? One of the best decks with my 3 alert black wings. Okay, mark my words. Okay, so the guy's just obviously just doing it for giggles over there. I love it just as Quantum Quarantine GG. Summon a core and attack over. Oh, okay. I guess that guy already answered my question right there. First turn Macrocosmos. Oh, against the ABC, Cyber Network, or Union Scramble. Oh, they're talking about combating one of the best decks, which is ABC coming out in the game. Let's go ahead. Hero Toads are too OP, are they? I've seen the people talk about the Hero Frogs. It sounds like a fun deck. I mean, it's an interesting thing. Very happy Monarchs got hit. For me, like, I'm happy when, like, the expensive stuff gets hit, and it's due to because I want everyone to be able to play the game. And like, I don't mind if cards are like $5 like each, but when cards are, you know, relatively, I know monarchs aren't that expensive, but I'm just saying in general. Like, I don't like it when decks have these $100 cards, and I know there's a lot of players that are like, hey dude, I can't afford this deck, you know, can you make a budget version? Some decks can't be played budget, and I'm sorry to break it to you guys, but that's just the truth of this game. Like, for example, if you're going to be wanting to play Cosmos, and let's say like back before Dr. Shore got his preprint, I know people wanted me to make a budget deck, and it really wasn't viable. Like, it's not nearly on the same level when you don't have any Dr. Shores. But I understand, you know, people can't spend several $100s a deck. I was, at one point, that was me. But now, like, if there's like a $500 deck, yeah, because, you know, I have access to things, I could play the deck if I wanted to. But like I said, it just really sucks for some of the players that really just can't afford the game. They really just have a passion for the game. Next up, Rip Super Quantums. Nah, check out the new spell. Oh, there is a new spell card. Yeah. What is it called? I don't remember, it was a field spell or something. Like, it like tributes their cards or something, and they get a special summon. It's an interesting card. Konami's just waiting for the Megatins. You know what? I was thinking about that as well. I thought they were gonna wait for the Megatin. Oh, dude, you know what suck, guys? Is after the Megatin comes out, if like, you know, like 1 week later they ban everything that, like, maybe like two or 3 weeks after the Megatins, they just ban everything. But I think now what they're trying to do is they're getting everyone comfortable. And they're like, oh, okay, this deck hit, this deck's hit, you know, all these cards are reprinted. I'm going to pick up all these cards, and then in a couple, you know, weeks, month or two down the line, they're going to hit it by the ban list, and you guys are all going to complain about it, and then you guys are going to be like, I'm quitting because they banned one of my favorite cards, and you know you'll be here back at it again later on. Or maybe some people actually do quit when, like, the ban list happens. Like, I know when people were like, dude, I spent, like, so much money in my Necros deck, and it got banned. So, yeah, it does suck. No Solemn Strike. Maybe, you know what, Suicho? To answer your question here, they're probably going to reprint it, and then they're going to go ahead and put it to 2 to 1, 2 1. You know, whatever happens, but they got to reprint it first. They got to make their money's worth. That's just really the Konami like mentality here. Windups and Beatty banned. Oh yeah. Oh, actually, we already read that one about Solemn Strike. I knew they would hit Beatrice. Wow, dude, this guy is... He put caps lock. Okay, let's read it. I knew they would hit Beatrice. Dante is nothing alone. And they didn't hit Domain. Well, okay, he's not typing in caps anymore. Okay. I thought I was going to be able to go off on that caps lock over there. If you don't like Yu-Gi-Oh, why are you going out of your way to comment on Yu-Gi-Oh videos? Wait, I don't know. I don't know if he's commenting... Oh, wait. Oh, I think he's responding to this guy. I don't know if this is linked. Wait. Oh, wait. You're retarded. Wait, hold on. Wait. Oh, it started out with this. 2016 people say play Yu-Gi-Oh! Well, some people really never learned this. They also lied. Julia said the new ban list won't be available until after Toronto and Minneapolis. You gotta be mega tired to keep playing this pathetic excuse for TCG. Okay. Now, honestly, there's a lot of things in Yu-Gi-Oh! That I wish that they could improve upon. But, unfortunately, the people that are in charge maybe just, you know, don't want to listen. And actually, I will actually touch upon this. There's an email that I have that basically says... we don't really want to hear your opinion. I'll get more into that. I know it's pretty big and deep. I don't really want to ruin my relationship with Konami, and I don't really want to bash them, but what they said in a response to basically, you know, a suggestion for the game was really poor. I'll talk about it later on, but it honestly is really bad, and the way that they're doing things, a lot of people will say it's Konami in general. Like, obviously, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Division, it's still related at the end of the day to Konami, and they're really focused on pachinko, because that's what really is bringing in more of the money. And obviously, with the cash grab that everyone's talking about with Metal Gear Survival, it just doesn't look like they're interested in hearing what the player base has to say, is really what it comes down to. But if you got proof of this, Psychonautics, honestly, I would love to see this, because we could expose Konami exposed here. That's really like shady though, just to say that the new list won't be available until a certain date, and then just be like, screw you guys, we're releasing the date. That hurts a lot of people financially, especially when sometimes people are booking flights to go to these events, and then certain things can't be run. I know they said that the ban list will remain like intact for these events or something like that, but it still sucks because, you know, sometimes people, they rely on going to these tournaments and then selling the deck list, and obviously if the ban list comes out, they're not going to be able to sell the deck list, you know, that their whole entire deck, like, at that tournament. So that really does hurt a lot of people financially. But anyways, this one says, okay, I assume Yu-Gi-Oh's Regular Asianized has brainwashed you to believe the game sucks and she didn't lie. I don't believe I brainwashed you guys to think the game sucks. I think that, I mean, wait, this guy is saying that it basically is like an excuse. I don't think I brainwashed this guy. And at the end of the day, guys, you guys gotta keep in mind, I have no incentive to tell you guys that the game is like dying. Like, I mentioned this in my other videos when I mentioned Yu-Gi-Oh was dying. Like that video like blew up, and I've mentioned that like I don't want it to die, but these are strictly like things that are not going to favor us as the player base. But anyways, Julia said the list won't be in effect. She didn't say the list won't be out. Okay, I don't know who's right on this. Honestly, if Psychonautics, if you want to hit me up on Twitter. I actually saw the article that Julia did say that it won't be in effect, but I didn't see that she said that it wouldn't be available. But I don't know. It says great bait mate. It says this socially awkward weeb probably plays Vanguard or Force of Will, which are dead games at this point. Honestly, I couldn't just comment on Force of Will or anything like that. And he's right. You know, this game is garbage. No resource mechanic. No real thought required to make plays. With the recent video that we actually talked about, where we talked about Max C going down to 2, and like the reasoning behind it was like it put players in an awkward situation, and Glasgow like talked about this, and he said that like it requires people to think when you use Max C, which is like, is that a bad thing? Like a lot of the decks, if you guys haven't seen what has happened to Yu-Gi-Oh, a lot of the decks that are like the high tier competitive decks, there's a ton of them that require very little thought process. ABC is an excellent example, and not to take anything away from the players that play the deck, and I'm not saying that you're awful, you don't have a brain if you play these decks, because if that's the best deck, you should definitely be playing that. Like, for example, Dino Rabbit, or obviously there are some things that you have to think through, like every deck does, but at its core, it's a very simple deck. And when you look at a game, everyone wants to keep it as simple as possible to make people interested in playing. So that's a business decision. Okay, that makes sense. I know it's not the best thing to do, but if you want a good competitive game that I can recommend you guys, StarCraft. StarCraft, there's very, very little RNG. Like with the exception of like Spider-Man, what do they call it? I was masters in StarCraft. The mines that came out in Heart of the was it Heart of the I think it came out in Heart of the Swarm. But anyways, yeah, like there are very little things that you'll lose to that are like dumb, like RNG. Like there's no real RNG. There are spawn points. But overall, if you want a good competitive game, I can recommend you guys StarCraft. It's nothing like the Yu-Gi-Oh though. No one would have to explain why this game is bad. I agree with that. Like the game at its core, like if you've been playing the game long enough, you realize that the game is bad. But a bad game can still be fun at the end of the day. And if you're having fun, that's good. The people who play this game just don't understand that this game is trash garbage. If you don't like Yu-Gi-Oh, this is like some gold stuff right here. But anyways, if you don't like Yu-Gi-Oh, why are you going out of your way to comment on Yu-Gi-Oh videos? I was going to play again for Monarchs, but whenever they do something right, they follow up with something stupid. Okay, there are people that just can't quit this game. Like I will definitely say that there are so many people that will literally trash talk this game day in and day out, but they still come back to it. Like for me, I will definitely say that. Obviously with YouTube, I'm able to make money, so that's a huge incentive for me to continuously produce content until the game finally dies off. If it ever dies off. I hope it doesn't, because that's like free extra cash flow. I know someone's going to comment and be like, wow, you only do this for the money? For the most part, like, I enjoy playing the new stuff to an extent, but a lot of the stuff that's been coming out, and you guys have to admit this too, it's same game mechanics. Like, there's a deck that revolves around just making one boss monster and protecting that one boss monster. There's a deck that goes turn 1, throws up like a really strong card, and then like they set up all the back row. And like ABC is literally like throw up 2 boss monsters, and then if you have any back row that you draw off of the Tsukiyomi, go ahead and set those. It reminds me of Dino Rabbit in its core. It's just open up with this field that is really, really hard to beat, and if your opponent doesn't respond next turn, you win the game. That's majority of the time what happens in some of these decks. And again, it's just the same thought process. And I'm sure there's going to be a new Pendulum deck that comes out that's you put one Pendulum card on the scale and it searches out the other card. And what's going to happen? It's going to get limited. It's the same thing that happened with Scout. It's the same thing that happened with Monkey Board. They have a lot of the same mechanics, and I don't like that. I like mechanics that are new. Infirmities, no cards in hand. Awesome. Cyframes, that was kind of cool, where you got to special summon on your opponent's turn. Those are the things that I like, and a lot of stuff is getting repeats. So I like playing the new stuff to an extent, but again, the monetization is really what keeps me in the game. Now, as far as what keeps you guys in the game, that's totally up to you guys. As long as you guys are having fun. Personally, for me, I have more fun playing new things and discovering, like, how things work. And then once I figure out the deck, I'm kind of over it. Like, I want to just play out something new. That's one thing that I will admit Yu-Gi-Oh does pretty well. They always keep on pumping out more content. Now, that can kill off the game a little bit faster when they keep on printing stuff and they keep on forcing you to swap, but some players like that. I don't know. It's totally, like, subjective on that. But, yeah, like I said, for the most part, a lot of people just can't quit the game. People that think every deck exposes this game's horrendous flaws is cancer, yet they are blind to the fact that the game they put on a pedestal is poopy garbage. No resource mechanic, no thought required to make plays. So you're filling your extract or graveyard, building up a resource. An entire card archetype becomes non-viable very often, even though the fusion, ritual, synchro, and union mechanics have seen boosts in the past, I think you meant to say 2 years. I agree, Capo. Still have hope to enter the tournament with character decks. Oh yeah, that's not going to happen, man. Your argument is against yourself and you're not even aware. No, building a grave is not a resource mechanic. The fact that decks are so reliant on graveyards to function is a second-hand and inherent design flaw. You know what, as far as this comment goes, I don't think it's like a design flaw, because like if you look at Lightsworn, I know Lightsworn, it gets a lot of hate because it's RNG, but the thing is at the end of the day, it's a card game. But I like the mechanic of having your graveyard as another resource. Like, for example, like, I know Dragon Rulers are like really OP, but like, the idea was like, you would have this, like, your graveyard was kind of your deck. You could have 0 cards in your hand, sport summon a bunch of cards out of the graveyard. Yeah, it was OP, let's definitely admit that. But the thing is that it's a little bit different. It's a different type of resource. But anyways, it doesn't limit how much you can do early or late game. The way an actual resource mechanic does, because of the act of filling the grave, is not limited to once per turn. Yeah, you know, I'll agree with that. That's one thing that I really like with some other games. For example, Duelist, Hearthstone, Magic the Gathering. I'm sure there's tons of different games. I'm pretty sure that Skylanders, like the card game, also has this, where like the game slowly builds up. Like you have 1 mana, then 2 mana. Like you have this progression, and Yu-Gi-Oh is literally like first turn throw up Cyber Dragon Infinity, make ABC Dragon, throw up Vandy's Emptiness, go ahead. And those kind of scenarios really just kind of suck for the player that's not doing those. I like in one aspect that the game goes from 0 to 100, but it's 0 to 100 where the other person cannot even touch their deck. Like they're like, oh, you anti-spell fragrance me turn 1, GG. Like that's the kind of stuff I don't like. But anyways, the basic card types becomes largely irrelevant and is a huge design flaw. I don't know exactly what you mean by the basic card types. But anyways, what's that? You have 4 more things than the one I mentioned. What a great case you've made for your side, lol. I don't know what a resource is. I think he means some type of progression in the game, or like cards in hand, because cards in hand used to be a lot bigger in Yu-Gi-Oh! Than there are now. With now, it's like you have like 69 cards in the graveyard, you banish, you get effects now. Everything has like, you know, bonus effects. Actually, anything that exposes falling game is cancer. Ever heard of glitch abuse? Well, I mean, glitches are, dude, like, I like the BXR at Halo, but strategy does not have an impact in games, believe it or not. There are certain decks that can win with little to no thought, which is why I find it ironic that you intend to play for Monarchs, even though it's one of the most autopilot decks in the game. As for your entire cards become unviable, of course certain cards will become outdated. The game has evolved into certain cards will become outdated. You can't expect to play every single card to be equal. That's no reason to say the game is terrible. I'll agree with that statement. That like having every card be viable would be ideal. Like it definitely would be. But if you look at a card like Moonray Curry, which I think heals for like 200, when you look at a card like Don Quito, it's outclassed by like, you know, just so far. Like for example, 7 tools versus Wiretap. Like, you know, why pay 1,000 life points? You know, these cards do get outdated, definitely. I'm not saying that the game is perfect in any way, but that is a fool's argument. Yeah, I agree with that. Like, I don't think anyone will say the game is perfect before there's like 69 comments that say that this game is perfect. But you can't just dig into the flaws in the game and say that it's bad. If you don't like it, then go play something else. Nobody's forcing you to play Yu-Gi-Oh! And just because it doesn't meet your expectations does not make it bad. Stop pretending that everyone should hate the game just because you do. As far as this goes, I think that people care about the game, and that's why they want to address some of their concerns. And perhaps some of these concerns can be addressed. But I'll update you guys on a video on that, which shows that literally all of our comments don't matter. Like, it kind of sucks. I hope I could be readdressed by someone else in the company, but as far as I know, I'll make a video on it, and I'll explain it more in that. Okay, so anyways, you represented my argument, card types, not specific cards. Entire card types become completely unplayable. I think, does he mean archetypes? Like card types as in like ice barriers? Like, yeah, ice barriers aren't very good, but like I wish every deck was like on the same level, but that's just not gonna happen. Anyways, and you're probably one of those players that sees only one line of play in a deck like Monarchs. I may be wrong, but I'm sure to say I'm safe in my assumption. Okay, oh dude, this comment is pretty juicy. Like, I like that. I like where this like is going. I'll have to do more of these. I gotta get some water though. Hey, we're 33 minutes in. May I ask which type is completely unviable in the game? If you're talking about archetypes, then yes, my original argument still applies. Some archetypes are irrelevant. Okay. An assumption, there are many different ways to play Monarchs. Okay, but yeah, you can have bad hand. Now, with all that said, I'm curious to know what your answer to everything is. I've said, EX, this is a strategy game and not to judge the game based off of bad aspects. On top of that, can you give a little bit more details, because you are being really vague with just the points. It's just really difficult for people to take your side when all you're saying is this game sucks and this game has no skill. Well, yeah, I will definitely say that this game does not take as much skill as other games, and I will definitely say that this game, to some people, is not as fun as others. This is subjective. This, you can argue, it could be a little bit more objective, but overall, it's still a subjective thing, because what do you think takes skill? Memorization, because Yu-Gi-Oh! What it comes down to is memorization of combos. There is no skill shots in Yu-Gi-Oh! As of right now. I've talked about it in the future, where I thought it'd be really cool to have like a card, like a Yu-Gi-Oh! Card, and this obviously would only be able to be used in real life. But what you would do is like you would toss the card on the field, and like let's say it lands like on these specific cards. If it touches these cards, it bounces them back or something like that. It would be cool to have like a skill shot in the game. I know some of you guys might think it's dumb, but like I like kind of new interesting mechanics. Even if the deck sucks, I like the idea. Like those are the things from the TV show that I think would be like cool. But yeah, as far as the game having no skill, I don't know. Any card game, there's randomness to it. That's just a fact. Yeah, some games have more luck than others. I mean, some people say Hearthstone was a 50-50 coin flip. Like, when I watched the Things video talking about that, and he explains a lot of the stuff through his, like, live streams and stuff like that, I will definitely say that I could see where he's coming from as far as that goes. But to say that the game has no skill, or having very little, again, it depends on what you consider skill. Do you consider skill your actual skill of aiming, or do you consider your skill of just how good you can memorize things? Because you look at some of the fighting games like Marvel vs. Capcom, that is literally coming down to knowing which characters can 100 to 0, and do you play Dr. Doom on your team or not? Like, there's so many things where in some of the fighting games where it's just how good can you memorize the combo, but you have to execute it. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is all about memorization. You can't fail an execution of a combo if you have it 100% memorized, unless you just didn't memorize it correctly, which, again, that's not memorization, like, to its, like, effectiveness. Force of Will is selling more cards than Yu-Gi-Oh! So, okay, I have no idea about that. I can't. It's not, it is. If you can provide stats on this, I would love to know. But yeah, anyways, even though Yu-Gi-Oh! Is not a Guinness Book... Wait, actually, I know Yu-Gi-Oh! Held the Guinness World Record at one point. But going into the future, like, that's irrelevant. Selling the most cards in 2016 physically does not matter, because microtransactions online are much better. Like, I'm sure that there's, like, the Skylanders, like, card game, that is doing probably really, really well. I know Skylanders does well in general, but I don't have those numbers for you. But I'm saying that digitally, you're going to sell way more because you're going to reach an audience. Because a lot of you guys message me like, hey, I'm from like Saudi Arabia. I'm from like the southern parts of Africa. I don't have any Yu-Gi-Oh cards, so I really need, DevPro. I don't have any stores to buy cards, So I understand that like those kind of things definitely will improve sales. But anyways... all the evidence for Yu-Gi-Oh! Is the best-selling card game, you are right. Anyways, how long was that? Force of Will is a very new game. I should clarify, Force of Will is outselling Yu-Gi-Oh! In the online market, not in big box stores or others. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is in the middle of a long, slow decline in interest and card sales, so it's definitely not the best-selling card game anymore. MTG and Pokemon are ahead in that regard. Okay, I wish, if you can provide the stats on that, I would really appreciate it, Schrodinger. But anyways, Yu-Gi-Oh! Got the rate in 2009. Pokemon are definitely stronger than Yu-Gi-Oh! Just look at the tournament player attendance. People use player attendance. I've always said that player attendance for Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, because it's a lot of the same people that go to these tournaments back to back to back to back. They just, if you guys look at a lot of the pro players, they've gone to these Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournaments time after time. Pat Hoban, Billy Brake, like a lot of these people, they go to these tournaments over and over and over. And people do it because they care so much about the game. You don't get that many new players in the game as opposed to other things. And that's simply because the prize pool for this game isn't as great. Like with Magic the Gathering, people are $5,000, $10,000. Yeah, I'll go to that tournament. Hearthstone, people are more interested in it, and a game will be more competitive if they support it with a large prize pool. Perhaps you can slow this down. This would slow down Blue Eyes and Dark Magician builds. Slow them down? What? This new ban list? Okay. Anyways, let's go ahead and answer a few more questions. Seriously, wind up, is Midi still banned? Okay. Why is Dante not at 3? It is at 3. What? You mean why is it not at? Okay, yeah. You put too many question marks. All right, let's go down a little bit more. Let's make it like a 40-minute vid. That is still pretty long though. Oh wait, we've already read that one. We have to click show. Oh wait, it doesn't let me show more. I know that there's obviously way more comments. This is only like the last like few vids, but should we go into like the comments of spam? Slager, the Discord invite doesn't work. Oh dang. Okay. Well, thank you for letting me know. Holy crap, the spam. I will definitely fix the Discord link. Dang, thanks for letting me know though. Like that honestly does help me out a lot. Is there any more questions in here? Let's go to some questions. Can I not control F questions? It doesn't let me control F questions. Okay. No blue eyes. Oh, the best. Yeah, blue eyes. Well, it was on a separate ban list. Probably should mention this is the OCG. What is this video titled? Hold on. That's the best video. August OCG. Okay. Sometimes people can't read the full thing, so I totally understandable. Best 3 OCG decks. What? Okay. Anyways, and again, I'm not gonna click on links. I don't want it to just be like some porn link, and I have to edit the video because we all know like I'm too lazy. Dude, you got fat thumbs to be Asian. What? Okay. The great 10 out of 10. Hashtag seems good is now like. Why is this under? This is under spam, by the way. Not a very good idea. Sorry. Oh, they're talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! Go. Or it's called Yu-Gi-Oh! Me is what they're calling it out. That mouse pad gonna get breast cancer. Oh, because we're slapping it too much. It's pretty good stuff. Alright guys, well I hope you guys enjoyed some of the series. If you guys want me to read more of your comments, let me know. If any of you guys are like, dude, this well, I mean, obviously you can just like not watch the series. It's not like this is clickbait by any means. I'm not like, man, nipples gone wild in the sexual in the hood. I mean, this is literally me reading your comments because I know some of you guys like this feedback and you guys enjoy it, and like it's showing that I actually, you know, care about you guys. I'm still gonna be doing some of those like the viewer mail. I'll definitely still crack with those open. But this is just a way where I can, you know, show you guys that I am reading your guys' comments and I am, you know, obviously responding to them. And thanks for all you guys that comment. Like I said, I can't get to every single one of them, but I definitely will just do more of these, and this way you guys know that I'm here for you guys and I will definitely answer your guys' question. But hopefully you guys enjoy that. If you guys did, you guys want me to do more of these, make sure you guys give the like button a titty slap so I know you guys actually want more of these in the future. But anyways, thanks for watching guys, and I'm signing out.